Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome on back to the channel. Thank you so much for being here, for stopping on by. You know, I'm gonna move that a little bit. I gotta change that sometime. Anyways, welcome on back. Today we are listening to this band, World Party. We're gonna listen to the track Ship of Fools. This is off of their album Private Revolution, which was released in 1987. I have never heard of the band, don't know a thing about them. However, one thing I do know is that this particular track was recommended to me by, I'm trying to read this. Alive Our Bird Upon My Chest. A live bird upon my chest. Happy Me the Happy One. The Larkin Group. Kyle Woolsey. Thomas Bohannon. David Oliveris. Miss Astor Dancer. P. Crimson. Ken L. Disconsolate Moose. Jeremy Blackmore, Coordinate Zero, Azabax, Robbie Gray. You guys have suggested this song, or at least mentioned it in the comments, so I'm assuming it's a suggestion. But let's go ahead and dive into it. We'll talk about it after. Here we go.
Setting sail to the place on the map from which no one has ever returned, drawn by the promise of the joker and the fool, by the light of the crosses that burn, drawn by the promise of the women and the lace and the gold and the cotton and pearls. It's the place where they keep all the darkness you need. Sail away from the light of the world on this trip, baby. You will pay tomorrow.
This gets you out on the streets.
Tomorrow. You will pay tomorrow.
I like this singing a lot.
Save me from tomorrow. I don't want to sail with this ship of fools. No, no. Save me from tomorrow. I don't want to sail with this ship of fools. No, no. I wanna run high
Snap back.
right now. Avarice and greed
I like the way this track moves.
over the endless sea. They will leave you drifting in the shallows, drowning in the oceans of history. Traveling the world, you're in search of no good, but I'm sure you'll build your Sodom like you knew you would. Using all the good people for your galley slaves, as your little boat struggles through the warning waves, but you don't pay. You will pay tomorrow. You're gonna pay tomorrow. Yeah, you're gonna pay tomorrow.
I love the escalation of this. It's such a dense atmosphere, especially those horns.
Where's it coming from? Oh, where's it going to? It's just a ship of fools.
I don't want to sync with you guys. such a great harmony. Ship of Fools Can Sail. That's a really good track. Oh, sorry. that's a really good track. You know what it feels like? It feels like this kind of jazz, but with a rock attitude, like jazz rock or something like that. Because the song is rocking, but there's this side of jazziness to it, right? Especially when you hear the horn, the saxophone come in a little bit later, but you got those stabs. I love those harmonies at the very end. Ba 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 ba. With the not only him humming along with that, but like I said, the horn sax and like all the instrumentation behind it. Which, speaking of which, there's a dense atmosphere in here. Even in the verse, there's a density to it with the guitar, the piano, the bass, of course the drums, and everything else that goes along with it. And even as it escalates into the chorus, somehow that density is made even more tighter, is crushed and compacted even further and pushed into that elevation, which I think is kind of interesting because at no point does it become too much, but at the same time there's a lot going on. There's a lot of layers to this particular onion, which I'd be curious to see the production side and how all of that was layered and produced and made it so clear, because you can still hear the individuality of all of those instruments. Singing was absolutely wonderful as well. That's going to be That's going to be Carl Wallinger on the vocals, guitar, bass, keyboards, drums. He's doing actually a little bit of everything in here. But you do have some help from some of his friends, such as Anthony Thistlethwaite on the saxophone. And I guess not on this song, but on another song here, you got Sinead O'Connor providing some background vocals to some of the tracks here. That's pretty cool. So yeah, this was a really cool track, and you got some names in here as well. Looking at the lyrics, we're setting sail to the place on the map from which no one has ever returned. Drawn by the promise of the Joker and the Fool, by the light of the crosses that burn. Drawn by the promise of the women and the lace and the gold and the cotton and pearls. It's the place where they keep all the darkness you need. You sail away from the light of the world on this trip, baby. Pay, you will pay tomorrow. You're going to pay tomorrow. I don't want to sail with a ship of fools. Save me from tomorrow. I don't want to sail with a ship of fools. I want to run and hide. He's being taken on this fantastic voyage, but it's not so fantastic, and he doesn't really want to go, it seems like. Avarice and greed are going to drive you over the endless sea. They will leave you drifting in the shallows, drowning in the oceans of history. Traveling the world, you're in search of no good. But I'm sure you'll build your Sodom like I knew you would, using all the good people for your galley slaves. As your little boat struggles through the warning waves, you will pay tomorrow, you will pay. So he's warning this particular boat, this captain, of where it's going, and it does seem like he's on the ship as well, even though he doesn't want to be on this ship of fools. Where are they heading? To some promised land, but he's already like, nah, it ain't gonna end up quite right for us. It ain't gonna work out. I don't want to sail with a ship of fools. Save me from tomorrow. Where is it coming and where is it going? Now, of course, this doesn't have to be a literal voyage. He could be, of course, using the comparison in some other way. But either way, he's on a boat that he don't want to be rocking with. It does say that this particular track was released as a single, and it did hit number 4 or 27 rather on the charts there. So, anyways, cool track. Thank you for the suggestion. Let me know what you guys thought of it, of course, in the comments down below. You can follow me on Twitter, support the channel on Patreon. Hope you come back tomorrow. I'll see you guys then.